here with Mrs Pollard as the build-up to BBC News School Report Day begins. Year 8s are busy finding their facts and finalising their ideas, ready for the national launch of the news later this afternoon. So, why do you think it's important for Year 8s to take part in the BBC News School Report Day?
I think it's important for all children to actually have an understanding of why news is important. It's about giving information to people, and it's about learning what's going on around you, because I think sometimes when you're at school, what you think about is getting through the day and not what's going on else around you.
And do you think being aware of the news and having an understanding of how the news is constructed is important to pupils?
I think it absolutely is. I think you'll be surprised today how tight a deadline you've got to work to, and I think that will surprise you because the time will just run away with you. The fact that you've got to produce something and have something ready will be good fun. But I think it's also important to actually go and find out things, go and be inquisitive, find out what's going on around you and actually report back to everybody else. I think it'd be great fun.
And how do you access the news?
I don't read a newspaper at all. It's not really bad to say. I actually access my news online. I read all newspapers online. I watch the TV on an evening and I listen to the radio as well, but I don't buy a newspaper at all.
And I've heard you're addicted to your iPad as well.
I might be, absolutely. I love my iPad.
And is there any news stories, past or current, that have particularly caught your attention?
I think any news story which causes people's lives to change always captures my imagination. Any sort of natural disasters that have happened, and actually the effect of how people cope with those. And I think for me, it's not the immediacy of what happens at that particular time, it's what happens to those people afterwards, and that always captures my imagination. I just cannot imagine sometimes what people have to go through and how their lives can be suddenly changed overnight or in an instant, and I think it's those sorts of stories that I prefer.
Okay, and do you have any tips or tricks for our journalist about how to make their news stories?
I think I was having to think about this. I think you're going to have to be really careful about who your audience is. Who are you writing the stories for? People have very short attention spans, and I think you've got to be quick-witted, you've got to capture their imagination, and you've got to give them lots of information. I think it'd be great fun. I think you're going to have to write succinctly, and I think you're going to have to really find little hooks in to actually capture their imagination. I think it's going to be quite hard work, actually. Yeah.
And what else are you expecting from Year 8s on their school report day?
I think I'm going to see lots of running around. I think I'm going to see lots of people learning how to work in teams, and I think that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I think there's going to be a lot of excellently written work, and that's really exciting. And I think for the first time people will be saying, what would I like to read? And I think they'll be actually trying to write things that way. So I think it'd be teamwork, a little bit of panic maybe as the deadlines come, but lots of fun.
And is there anything else you're excited about?
Today, no, I just really want to see how today goes. The fact it's a whole year group working together, I think it's a fantastic project, and I can't wait to see the outcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.